Our next speaker is Chief Innovation Officer at Upstream Solutions, Priscilla Johnson. Welcome, Priscilla, to the stage.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here. I will not tell you which quarter I'm in, Mayor Harrell. My name is Dr. Priscilla Johnson. I'm the Interim CEO, and I'm also a Chief Strategy Officer for Upstream. And I'm thrilled to be with you here today to talk to you about why reuse wins. For those of you who aren't familiar with Upstream, we're a nonprofit organization, very innovative, small but mighty, and we support businesses, NGOs, and governments actually to scale circular economy. A big part of what we do is actually to help build the reuse service infrastructure. We're actually a 20-year-old organization, began as a policy organization, and now we've blossomed into an organization that is now helping to build the reuse service economy. So why do we care so much about reuse? You hear this everywhere now. Well, we exist because 10% of the wood harvested actually goes into single-use products. 20% of all the bauxite that's mined for aluminum actually goes into single-use products. 40% of all the plastic created goes into single-use products. And 50% of all the glass produced goes into single-use products. So that is why we exist. And what we do actually is very unique. We set up communities, networks, and we have something called the Reusies that you just heard John speak about that's coming up tomorrow at 9 a.m. But let's get back to these products. These products are actually used once, and then they're either trashed, recycled, or they become litter. And the unfortunate part about recycling is that only less than 5% of all plastics are recycled in the United States. So this system is built around products and packages as a product and not as a service. It requires a huge global supply chain that actually is extractive. And our work at Upstream is to decouple the natural resource extraction from consumption. So today, and if you look at the statistics that are on this slide, they're pretty harrowing. This comes from one of our reports, actually, that we authored a couple of years ago called Reuse Wins. And it'll show you that 1 trillion disposable food and beverage packaging items are used each year in the United States. And of those 1 trillion, 67% actually end up as trash. Real progress. That's what we're about at Upstream. And what real progress looks like is an intention to reuse. The reason why we're so focused on reuse is that it addresses the natural resource extraction and tries to decouple that from our consumption. It's really good for the environment at the end, it's great for the economy, and it's good for jobs and our communities. And this is why we believe reuse wins. So a couple of years ago, I mentioned to you that we had written a report called Reuse Wins. And if you look at these slides, the data actually speak for themselves. And yes, I'm one of those folks that thinks data is plural. Oh, I got some applause out there. And as you can see, it's not just a massive reduction, actually, in the use of disposables and litter. What we're doing is we're saving money for businesses, we're actually saving communities money, and we're also creating a much more appealing way to consume things. Because let's face it, we still want the convenience of single use, but we don't want the waste. And we believe an even bigger portion of today's throwaway economy can be replaced by reuse systems and services. And I'll just tell you what this looks like. Just close your eyes for a moment and imagine being at a ballpark and concerts and everyone is drinking beer and soda out of real cups. And at home, your favorite beer, wine, or soda all comes in refillable containers. And these containers that you buy in the store, you can actually drop them off back at the store or while you're on the go. And as I mentioned earlier, Upstream is helping these businesses and nonprofit leaders to actually co-create the reuse future. We've been looking upstream for solutions to plastic pollution for 20 years. We've also spent the last 2 years ideating and developing a transformative tool that allows food service companies to calculate cost, waste, and greenhouse gas emissions. And we're helping them to manage their shift from single-use plastics to reuse. And we call it Chart Reuse. And we're announcing, actually, its availability to the public today here at Circularity. And finally, before they kick me off stage, we're storytellers here at Upstream, so I can't help it. I just want to tell you everything. The main characters of those stories are the heroes of the reuse movement and the pioneers, the trailblazers, the entrepreneurs that you probably have met here at Circularity. They are changing the game. So the third annual Reuse Awards, also called the Reusies, celebrates these heroes, and it broadcasts live here on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. in Quinault. And I hope to see you all there soon. Thank you.